Okay, I want to demonstrate a little bit about what I'm talking about here, about this lithic currency. Now these people didn't have cars, they weren't going 1,000 miles an hour. They could set up, they had plenty of time to set up something like this, and I've got so much evidence. These are lithic noses right here, these triangular ones. I was thinking these look like noses, and it's all part of the story. This is, you can fracture this with bipolar fracturing. Look it up. I'll provide links, and I'll do a video eventually on it. I've tried it, but you can bifracture this right here, and I almost guarantee you a point will pop out right here. And it's been prepared with this micro, so it's going to pop out. They know how the grain of this quartz goes. But anyway, every piece is a separate face and carving on each side. So there will be, this is a stylized Indian face. It's not going to look like a normal face. This is the nose. These are the eyes. You can see the vestiges of the pigmentation here. It's all around. They used pine. Okay, now they used pine or some kind of tar or something. I'm not 100% sure on it. Now this is printed on all sides with stained pictures. They knew how to stain these, so it somewhat goes into the surface of they prepared these. They oxidized the surfaces so they would take the stain to a certain level. You can fracture this open and you'll see the normal stone inside. These are pictures. I'm not sure if they're done with stencils. I'm going to eventually I'm going to have all these, take pictures of them now. Help me out. I need help cataloging all this. This would be a nose. And I guess you look for the rough side. There are little divots. Now these have tool purpose. These are all multi-purpose. They show that this piece, they show the they indicate the nose and it has the stain, and then you glue on. Say this might be the wrong size for this, but you would glue on the nose. These are, I have some eyepieces here. You look for the small hole in the center of the eyepiece. So eyepieces would go like this, and they would have the literal eye right in the middle. So that's why some of these pieces have holes right in the middle, and I bet the opposite side is a good side, flat side to be mounted. These things have, they'll have usually a rougher side that will be, say this is, see this right here will be an attachment point for a nose, right here. You see that? This is a rougher surface, and they've prepared this piece. It's smooth on all sides. So why does it have this one chip out? Because the chip is a place, it looks normal because this is a place where it add on. If the nose was gone, they may have chipped off this, and I bet you can make a nice bird point chipping this off. I bet these are so expertly manufactured. They do these chisel strikes, these triangular chisel strikes that can't be natural on all these rocks. The same size chisel, it has to be done at a central foundry or some kind of team that travels around with the tools, and they have the rocks ready for them to been separated and graded for them to pop the holes in and create the fractures necessary for the bipolar fracturing to result in a point. And these are all preforms. See, this could be an eye, a nose, so it can be attached from this side or this side, or probably this side too. This, look, that's a lion feature right there. This is currency from every, see, that's a face. It changes. They've done this so many times. They know how to, this is a standard face. Look at that. See that face? I have the same face right here. And you see the pigmentation and the design, and see the arrow. I've seen a lot of these with the arrows, and I know each arrow now I see points at the point of bipolar fracturing, and I imagine it's the size of the arrow matters. The size of the arrow matters, and I think that's the order. It's the size. You go by the biggest one, and you take each arrow, and you probably fracture this big arrow. It probably turns into another arrow. They've got it that down pat. You see that? Okay. I've got enough. I need some. I contacted archaeologists. I need somebody. I guess I have to sample this myself and get some kind of spectrometer so that I have the different colors, lots of pigment. See, that's pigment, and this is likely. Okay, look. See this? You don't see that arrowhead inscribed right on there, and that's the nose. I never even noticed that before. So you turn these from different aspects, and they become different things. You see there's an arrowhead inscribed right there, and see these black marks? That's the directions. This is a smooth spot here. I bet this was a kit that came straight from the factory. I know this is a lot to take in, folks, but I've got the proof right here. This came from the factory. This is a preform set. Put it on here and strike it right on the top, and you will get the point off that looks just like this. See this arrow? Is that there? This point here has got to be. See, this is hard to decipher because it's hard to see these things. These have been faded by time, but you can see if you look enough at this. See, this is a face. This is a fractured side that's ripe for taking adhesion to make this a nose, and it's a beak nose of a bird to go on one of these certain gods. And it likely has meaning, a deeper meaning that I hope to eventually decipher, because I have the is this prima facie evidence? Is that what you call it? Prima facie? I don't know. This is the first. This is actual evidence. Evidence is not hearsay that you read somebody wrote a journal from another person's journal entry. No, I mean, that is very valuable and useful work. Yes, we need all stages. But these are faces of currency. This is lithic currency. You turn it and you will see all the faces, the same faces that I can show you over and over again. This will likely be the happy and the sad, or this vice versa. This is the two faces of man in his prime. So this is the baby. See, the nose, the soft round nose. So this is going to be the old man. This is man in his prime, the baby, the old man, and this is the skull. I've seen it 1,000 times, and now you do it this way, it's going to be animal forms. This is lithic currency. I'm 100% certain, and I'm going to show you piece after piece until it sinks in. We're going to see the pyramid, the Eye of Sekhmet. I want to give these people names. This will be this will be drama guy. This will be old man. This will be the baby, and this will be the death. I'm going to start to show you these images over and over, and I'm going to show you the animal forms. As you turn it, you're going to see different animals. There's going to be a fish, a frog. There's a duck. I did not paint this. I believe that's a snake. Can you see the triangle? And this is also a tool for making the point, because that triangle is where you're going to mount your point to fracture it at each angle, the proper angle. And it's going to have the guide on here. This is very advanced. This is so advanced. I can hardly believe it myself, but I do believe it. And I would say I know it, and I'm going to demonstrate it over and over again. Because this is pigmentation. It can be tested easily. There are triangular tool marks that can be analyzed, scanned, and seen There are scratches on here that indicate that this is human formed. This is likely has the powder coat over it that I've illustrated on these other pieces. And I will continue to illustrate over and over again. So thank you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Thank you.